Here's a short video of 3 free putting tips. Free putting tip number 1. On every single putt, don't look up. Don't lift your head and look up. Keep your eyes glued to the very spot where that ball was for a minimum of 1 second and hold your finish so you can eventually check your finish. A great thing to start incorporating and making part of your putting stroke is whisper to yourself. Keep looking where the ball was, hold and check my finish. Keep looking at where the ball was, hold and check my finish. Keep looking where the ball was, hold and check my finish. We're going to hit our putt. Keep looking where the ball was, hold and check my finish. Then when you do look up, let your right eye turn under your left. I'm golf instructor Jim Hassey, PGA member and San Diego's only golf instructor certified by GolfDigest. The reason this is so important is because one of the worst things a golfer can do is look up and let their eyes turn on this more horizontal plane. When the eyes start looking up like this, it tends to make the plane that the shoulders are turning on start pointing to the left. That pulls a hand path to the left, pulls a putter head path to the left. Now the golfer has to start making compensations for this putter head going to the left by leaving the putter face open or opening the putter face on the backstroke. It is impossible to be a good putter with these extra compensations and extra variables. So get in the habit of every single putt, just keep your eyes glued to the very spot where the ball was and hold your finish and check your finish for a minimum of 1 second. If you can get to 2 seconds, that'd be great. So we're gonna hit this putt. We're gonna whisper to ourselves, keep looking where the ball was, hold and check my finish. Keep looking where the ball was, hold and check my finish. Keep looking where the ball was, hold and check my finish. And again, when you look up, make sure that your right eye turns under your left. That's free putting tip number 1. Here's free putting tip number 2. Free putting tip number 2 is start ingraining the technique of, as your hands are moving forward through impact, your right wrist actually bends back slightly through impact. The opposite of this right hand pushing through impact. This is what's called flexion. This is called extension. You want, as your hands are moving forward, your left wrist to go into flexion slightly and your right wrist to go into extension, meaning you want your left wrist to curl a little bit and your right wrist to bend back. You can't do the opposite of the right hand pushing. It screws up your distance control and screws up your direction control. Distance control, because the only source of power we can have is just these shoulders turning. We can't have any weight shift, we don't want to have any body turn, and we definitely can't have any extra power coming from our wrists. Our wrists are very small muscles. They're very undependable and inconsistent under pressure of play. They tend to freak out and short circuit under pressure of play. And this right hand tends to push too much, to push too little. It's very undependable under pressure of play, and that's where yips comes from when this right hand now starts pushing through impact. And it's very tough to keep control of that right wrist. Direction control, because our hands are inside the putter head, when this right hand starts to push, the putter head path starts going to the left and it usually closes this putter face. Now the golfer has to start making compensations for that. It's very difficult to be a good consistent putter with this right hand pushing. We've got to train this right wrist to bend back slightly through impact as opposed to push. A great drill is to get a golf club and secure it to the bottom of your putter and start training your right hand. Just hit some putts with your right hand. So we're going to get this right hand underneath and we're going to hit a couple putts with right hand only. Now, if you push with the right hand, this club shaft is going to hit your shoulder and you want to keep this away from your left shoulder as you move through impact. So we're going to get this left hand off, left hand comes underneath the right. We're going to take it back just a few inches and on the way through, bend this right wrist back and get this club shaft farther off the left shoulder. So take it back a few inches, bend that right wrist back and keep this club shaft off your left shoulder. Then after you start training your right wrist, then you can bring both hands on and get that same feeling. As your hands are moving forward, your right wrist bends back slightly. You can see I've got this right wrist bent back. If there was a golf club or stick on here, it would stay off my left side. Free putting tip number 2 is start learning to putt. As your hands are moving through impact, your right wrist bends back slightly through impact, the opposite of pushing through impact. Here's free putting tip number 3. Free putting tip number 3 is always smoothly accelerate your hands through every single putt. One of the worst things that a golfer can do is take it back a long distance and then decelerate into the putt. It kills your distance control and kills your direction control. Distance control, if you're decelerating, it kills that because you're under pressure of play having to guess how far back you should take it, when should you start decelerating, how much you should start decelerating, how little should your through stroke be if you're decelerating and you've got a long backstroke. Too much under pressure of play. You just want to take it back a certain distance and pull the putter head through. Direction, because your hands are a little bit inside the putter head. Well, when your hands are decelerating into the putt, the putter head passes your hands, and then the putter head path starts going to the left, and that also closes the putter face. You don't want that to happen. You just want to take it back a certain distance and pull the putter head through. The general equation is this. Take the distance of your putt in feet, take half of that, and that's your backstroke in inches. Additionally, because you're accelerating through, your through stroke is going to be an inch or two longer than your backstroke. So as an example, let's say you have a 20-foot putt, half of 20 is 10, your backstroke is going to be about 10 inches and accelerate through to about 11 or 12. You have a 10-foot putt, your backstroke is going to be, what's half of 10? 5. Backstroke is going to be about 5 inches, accelerate through to about 6 or 7. It's that easy. The only thing that might change is if you have a slightly uphill putt or a slightly downhill putt, then you can start kind of tweaking the numbers a little bit. You have an uphill putt, you might go back uphill 10-foot putt, you might go back about 6 inches and accelerate through to 7 or 8. But that way you don't have to guess from day to day and just guess at the feeling. It's just pure math. Okay, so to test this theory, we've got Nate that works here at Carlton Oaks. I am going to make myself kind of a pseudo makeshift blindfold out of duct tape, and I'm going to put this over my, actually I'm going to get my setup first. So I'm going to get my setup, and then I'm going to put this blindfold over my eyes, and Nate is going to put down a golf ball. So then I got to see the first one. Okay, so the first one, I'm going to get set up. Okay, so we're going to go, yellow golf balls are 10 feet, white golf balls are the 20-foot. So for 10 feet, I'm going to take it back 5 inches and then accelerate through to about 6 or 7. So for a 10-foot putt, I go back 5, accelerate through, and then Nate, can you put one there?
Yep, it's there.
There. So now I'm going to go back 10 inches and go through 11 or 12 inches. And then next one, I'm going to go.
There's the next one.
Next one. Okay, I'm going to go back 5 inches and accelerate through to 6 or 7. And then the next one, I'm going to go back 10 inches and accelerate to 11 or 12. It's there. Okay. 10 inches back, 11 or 12 inches through. Okay, then 10 foot, is it there?
There.
Okay, 5 inches, 6 or 7 through, and then next one is 10 inches, accelerate through to 11 or 12. Okay, let's see how we did. Not bad. Good distance control. So you kind of take any guesswork out of it. For a 10-foot putt, 5 inches back, 6 or 7 inches through. 20-foot putt, 10 inches back, about 11 or 12 inches through. So that's free putting tip number 3, is to always accelerate your hands through and have the equation of however long your putt is in feet, take half of that, and that's your backstroke in inches, and your through stroke should always be about an inch or two longer than your backstroke. Free putting tip number 3.